international tournament is where you need your country to unite as one. Everyone in this beautiful, extremely not very beautiful land of England pulling our lads to a World Cup. Or, well, I mean, to the World Cup and then out of the World Cup at the round of 16. But to do that, we need everyone to wear the kit. And for that, we need it to be a very good home kit. Not one that looks like a training kit designed by a 9-year-old with only 3 crayons. I can't lie, this thing looks like a knockoff that you'd get at Sports Direct. I've seen this shirt on a beach in Malaga in 2017. It is genuinely a howler, and it gave me the amazing idea. Can I find designers that can make a better version of this England kit? So I've taken to the wonderful world of the internet to see if I can do just that. If you're going to enjoy this one, feel free to slap a like on the video, and of course subscribe if you're new to the channel. Over 2,712% of you are currently not subscribed, so I'd really appreciate it if you hit that big red button. Now, I've already put a post out on Twitter asking for people to get involved. We're also going to be having a scroll through Fiverr to see if there's anyone else that we can look at. Now, immediately I'm seeing this guy, Jal van der Post. Sensational stuff. Those Barcelona kits are better than Barca's actual kit. I'm here for it. Fiverr need to change this about my packages. You can't just go straight in and pay for a man's package off the bat. At least take him out to dinner first. There's quite a few here, actually. He's done Liverpool as well. I mean, that is a little bit crazy, I'm not going to lie. That would give me a headache if we played with it, but these Tottenham ones are amazing as well. Now, we're taking a slightly different route next up, moving away from like a technical, just graphic design. We've got a guy who does actual FIFA kits here. Reese got a Newcastle kit here. He's got a Leeds kit with Strongbow on it, like back in the old day. I'm sold. Fam, we could even play with this on FIFA afterwards. EA, I'm doing your work for you. Palmeira design. Oh, these are clean. These Brazilian ones are very, very nice. I'm liking this. Got Flamengo there, Sao Paulo. I feel like I should know that team's logo, but I don't. We're gonna ask this guy as well. He'll do soccer, basketball, or any kind of jersey. The Cricket World Cup's just happened. Let's get an England top for that as well. Bang out some water polo kits, just straight off the bat. And how could I forget croquet? How absolutely delectable. Got a guy here who's done some Fenerbahce kits that are looking pretty smooth. I'm liking this one here on the right especially. Anyone who's dyslexic automatically gonna struggle with that one, so we can confuse the opposition if they're struggling to read the words on the kit. There's not too many actually on Fiverr, but I've gone through a few more off screen. This one I like though, Arturo Blanca, who's got a massive selection of kits here that he's worked on, like Leipzig. I think that's Venezia there, Boca Juniors, and this Manchester United one. Jesus! That is absolutely sensational. The patterns on that, amazing. I think England's too Brexit, unfortunately, to get a kit like this. So we put in some requests. We've told the designers what we want, which is basically to just go mad with it. They can choose from whatever inspirations they want, really. If they want to go retro with it, they can. If they want to put like really cool patterning on it, they can. The only thing I've told them is that it needs to be white, obviously, and have the England badge on. And we'll see whether we can get an England kit better than the official version.
3 weeks later.
Right, we're back, lads. It's a new day. I'm wearing an actual nice England shirt. Get me on. And we've got our kits. Now, not everybody has been able to fulfill the request that I wanted, unfortunately. Now, first of all, we've got a guy called Frankie who reached out to me, and this is the first kit. He's given me 2 actually, and this is the first of those, which is definitely inspired by a retro England kit using the same color palette, being the light blue and the dark blue towards the top. But yeah, this is looking nice. I can't even lie. We've got Harry Kane on the back here, and it's just a nice, like, as I said, color palette of an England kit. I know it's similar in the sense of, you know, just having blue and white basically, like the home kit that we've got right now, but this is so much better, like, executed, just having straight lines, no gradients. And it's annoying because we've gone so far downhill from the last England. I love the England kit that we had at the Euros, and then yo, he's gone abstract with the second one. Look, listen, if you're gonna go retro with the first, then you've got to go modern, I guess, with the second one. This is very, like, in your face, like, you know you are playing England. The 3 lions all over the shirt. Brexit Billy would absolutely absolutely love this one. For me though, probably a little bit too in your face. I kind of like that sort of the lion patterning on the sleeves though, and maybe on the collar too. The next up is KG, who also reached out to me on Twitter. I just want to say as well, you can find all these designers down in the description below. This is yet another man who has given me a selection. We've got a render here of it. He's even put a note as well, inspired by England's more traditional set of colours, reminiscent of the 1982 home shirt, but it's more modern, as you can see, with the sort of lines and patterning here. Kind of a little bit similar in terms of the paneling that Nike actually used this season. I like the fact that the lines get a little bit thinner, and then the way that the badge is drawn to be basically blue and red, and I like the background. Like, big ups to yourself, Caleb, you've done well there too. And we've got a grey one here as well, which is kind of interesting. Ooh, a clean and simple mute colour set on this variant. This looks so classy, doesn't it? With the silver logo as well. Oof, I feel like this should be like an anniversary version of a kit or something. This is like a fancy, like, all whited out kit for like the FA's 400th anniversary or something. And then finally, we've got the blue version or variant, which is more similar to the colourway that England are actually using in real life. It's inspired by the colours of England's 96 home kit though. Suave as well. Once again, the same line design. This might actually be my favourite of the bunch. And it just shows that the colours that England are using this year in real life, could have used them, just done it in a way better way. And finally, off of Twitter, we've got our friend Kieran, who's always involved in streams. If you want to watch me stream on Twitch and you didn't know that I did that, and the link for that is down in the description below. Now again, this uses the more white and blue colour scheme, but he said this one was a bit more influenced by England's 2002 strip, which coincidentally is actually one of my favourites of all time. The one stripe going down the shirt, I feel like that should be talked about more as an England kit. I don't know, to be honest with you. I don't often find myself in conversations about 2002 England home kits, but that is obviously one that I grew up with and one that I resonate with a lot. It reminds me of, you know, your David Beckhams and Steven Gerrards and Frank Lampards. Very subtle patterning as well, shorts and socks that go along with it, little stripe down the shorts too. It's pretty simple, it's pretty clean. The only thing I would say is I'm probably not a massive fan of the collar. All right, we move on to Fiverr now, and we've got our shirt from Yari, who was one that I was really interested in seeing because what he put on his Fiverr profile looked really, really good. And as you can see with the Nike swoosh thing they've got going on that they always do when they're revealing a shirt, he's done a similar thing here. Obviously, it's a Nike England kit, and this is very, very interesting. I think this is probably the most interesting one so far. I feel like this one's gonna split some opinion big time here. Not only because of like the font, I guess, being used at the front, but also I think this stripe coming down the center. But other than that, like, genuinely everything's nice. I like the little pluses that they've got going on. Collars, the sleeves, the little blue stripe as well down the side is nice to me. But then the red stripe is really, really out there and outlandish, I think. To be honest with you, I don't mind it, but it does look a little bit like a USA kit. Either way, I think it's really out there and it stands out a lot. But I really want to know what you guys think about all of the designs, obviously. Got another one here from Fiverr, which is a lot more sort of clean and a lot more simple. It doesn't feature any sort of major stripe. It's got a very clean sort of blue, classy collar. The same with the sleeves, and at the bottom of the shirt with the England 3 Lions badge split up into sort of like an England cross in the background, which is cool. This is one, this sort of unfortunately reminds me of like the Roy Hodgson era. Quite classy kits, but unfortunately Matthew Upson wearing them. Got Arturo Blanco next, my Peruvian friend, and he's given us the gradient idea. Kind of similar, not similar, but like a slightly different take on the actual real life version, if you like. I don't mind it. I kind of wish this was maybe a bit more of a lighter blue at the top rather than a darker one. I'm not usually a massive fan of gradients, but to be fair, this one actually isn't done too badly on a kit. Like, sometimes you get like a yellow to black gradient and it looks absolutely terrible, whereas I guess blue into white is just a natural transition of a color. It looks kind of nice. It looks like the top of like a spring water bottle, and as you can see, obviously the badge as well done in a different color to like sort of try and match the colorway. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back. It's a new day. We've got a couple more designs here for you. First of all, we've got Ilyas here, whose design is on the screen from Fiverr. The little pinstripes idea down the front. Then we've got blue and red featuring like on the side, as well as a cool little design for the collar and also the top of the socks as well. And it's got the Nike paneling that Nike are using at the moment with this sort of curve going on. I quite like this one, to be honest with you. It's rendered sort of like a FIFA kit. I'd love to see like a bit more of a HD version of it, but I'm a big fan. It's kind of classy, and obviously it reminds me a little bit of last year's kit with the prominent blue and red. And then round on the other side, on the back of the shirt, which I've not seen too many times in this video, here's how it would look from the back. I like the more prominent red. Next up, we've got Reese, who specializes specializes in FIFA kits. We've got his version, that's going to be a version that you would see on the game, maybe on the mobile version of the game. And this one's pretty simple. We got pretty, like, sort of faint white stripes horizontally across the kit. The collars are mostly blue, but they've got a red stripe within them. I like the collar. I like the sleeves as well. Maybe quite a light blue, I think, again, kind of gives me a US kit vibe. But to be honest, we've had England kits with lighter blue on it in the past, so it's not, like, crazily out there. And it, of course, does match the blue that features in the badge. Maybe the font of the number could be a little bit different or, like, closer to the one that we had last season. But other than that, this one is pretty solid as well. Again, give me a US kit vibe, though. Don't know what you guys think down in the comments. And then finally, last but certainly not least, we have got Castaway, a guy who works with me in terms of graphics anyway, and he has put together this. This is looking sensational. I am a middle crest merchant, as I'm sure you're all aware, and this one speaks to me on a level. Slightly darker blue than we've seen for the last couple of designs, but it works really nicely. Pretty faint, but also noticeable 3 lines design across the entire kit, but it looks nice in a slightly like off-white. It just looks very, very, very classy. And you've also got that little 1966 tribute, which is all we need to reclaim the joys of 1966. We just put a tribute to the time we actually won the World Cup. We'll be fine. This one is absolutely lovely. This is going to be one of my favorites, I think, overall. I like the type of collar that it's got. I like the colors that are being used. So in terms of my top 3, the ones I'm a big fan of the most, I think number 3, like taking the final step on the podium for me, I'm a really big fan of the first design from Frankie. It kind of reminds me both of the 1982 classic kit and the 1996 classic kit in terms of a design like 82, and in terms of the colors like 96. I'm just a really big fan of the retro vibe. Number 2, I think I'm going to go with Castaway's design with the faint 3 lines in the background. But my favorite is going to be one of the designs that came in from KG. Now, in fairness to him, he did make 3 designs, so we always had a bit of a better chance of winning. But the blue and light blue design, I'm a massive fan of. I'm only going to choose one of his, and I think that just edges it over the silver version, which is also sensational. But I think that might be my favorite of the bunch. Really classy. Very honorable mention as well from Yari, who's out there striped, like red stripe in the middle kit. I really love how that's put together too. And I think it's one of the most unique out of the bunch. So I'm a really, really big fan of that one too. But all of these designs were sensational. And thank you to all of the kit designers that were part of this video. Once again, you can find out their links down in the description below. Go and show them some love. And if you need any kits designing, then feel free to get in touch. But I think that is going to wrap up today's video. And I hope you have enjoyed it. Paying graphics designers to make a better England kit than the one in real life. Do you think we've achieved our goal? Have we made one that is better than the kit that we're going to be taking to Qatar in 2022? Let me know down in the comment section and let me know what your favorite one was as well. If you have enjoyed, then feel free to slap a like on the video and of course subscribe if you're new to the channel. You can also follow me on social media. It is at @officialfng on Twitter and on Insta. It's been a pleasure ranting at you guys today. Have a wonderful day. Enjoy yourselves and goodbye.